Hey, what's happening everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's jump right into it. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be talking about the upcoming Go Tour event, which is going to be happening at the beginning of 2025. This event was recently announced, and of course it's going to be featuring the Unova region, and I'm actually really excited about it. I think there's a lot of really cool Pokemon that we can get from the Unova region. And bear with me, I have a very bad problem with pronunciations with anything related to Pokemon Go, so if I say Unova wrong, which I think I just did, then yeah, please go easy on me in the comments. But regardless, I really wanted to talk about whether or not these events are going to be worth your money, because of course when it comes to the in-person events, they require a ticket purchase, and then with the global event, they often give you an enhanced experience, and they also lock a lot of exclusive Pokemon behind a ticket purchase. And I really do think that when it comes to the tickets that they sell for these events, they tend to actually hold their value depending on what you do. And I want to see whether or not this Go Tour event is going to follow suit. So let's talk about all the features and make a determination on whether or not this event is actually worth your money. So let's first talk about the global Pokemon Go Tour event, which is going to be happening on March 1st and 2nd of 2025 between the hours of 10 a.m. to 6 o'clock p.m. local time on both days. This event is of course going to feature the Unova region. So you're going to see a whole bunch of Pokemon from the games Pokemon Black and Pokemon White, and I do think that for fans of these games, they're definitely going to enjoy this event. The first thing we gotta talk about is that this event is going to see the debut of Shiny Meloetta, and you're going to be able to get it if you purchase the ticket for this event. Unfortunately, if you do not choose to buy a ticket, you will not have access to this brand new Shiny Mythical. You're also going to see the debut of Shiny Deerling in all of its forms, and I do not know if whether or not you need to buy a ticket in order to see the increased Shiny rates for this Pokemon, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm sure they're going to clarify that later on down the road. We're also going to see the debut of the Shiny Regionals for this region. This includes Shiny Bouffalant, Shiny Sigilyph, as well as Shiny Maractus. So if you want any of these Shinies, you will need to hatch a whole bunch of 10km eggs during the Global Go Fest event, because that's how you're going to be able to get them. Now, considering that this is a Unova region event, we are of course going to be getting the powerful Reshiram and Zekrom in raid battles, but interestingly, we're not seeing Kyurem as one of the raid bosses. I do think later on down the road, they're going to announce something special related to Kyurem, but I'll talk more about that later. Also, during this event, there's going to be a special research story, and for anyone who attends either the Taipei City or Los Angeles live in-person event, they are going to have a more exclusive special research story during the global event. There's also going to be field research tasks that's going to award you with some special Pokemon. These include Pikachu wearing Hilbert's hat, Pikachu wearing Hilda's hat, Pikachu wearing Nate's visor, Pikachu wearing Rosa's visor, Basculin red stripe form and Basculin blue stripe form, as well as the 4 forms of Deerling. Now let's talk about the in-game bonuses which will be active during this event. The following bonuses are going to be available for all trainers regardless if you buy a ticket between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. local time on the event days. You're going to have a half hatch distance for eggs placed in incubators during the event, and that's pretty much it. There's no Stardust bonus, there's no experience bonus, there's no special spawns or an increased shiny rate. This is the only bonus that they listed, and I really hope they list more bonuses as time progresses. Now, we're also going to be able to get 6 special trades per day, and every single trade is going to cost half the amount of Stardust. So if you're someone who trades often, this is definitely going to be an event where you will want to engage all of your trades, because you're going to have up to 6 special trades that you'll be able to do. They're also going to be including some dynamic gameplay related to party play and routes, and you're only going to be able to get certain Pokemon through these means. Like with party play, that's how you're going to be able to get both Throw and Sock, as well as Heatmor and Durant. So yeah, this is what they listed for the global event, and as of right now, it doesn't necessarily feel that substantial. But let's real quick talk about the in-person events, because there are definitely going to be a lot of exclusive things that you can expect. First and foremost, the in-person events are going to be happening in Los Angeles and Taipei City, and this is the first time they're doing an in-person Go Tour event in 2 different cities across the world. In terms of gameplay, the live in-person events tend to have a lot of the same stuff as the global event, but there typically is a much better experience for anyone who attends. This includes a bunch of physical habitats that are really unique, and then of course there's a lot of gameplay features that you will not get from the global event, like special research stories that award you with various Pokemon, as well as different bonuses for specific Pokemon. As of right now, the tickets for the in-person events are going to cost $30 USD, but with an early bird discount, it's only going to cost $25. And just like with previous Go Tour and Go Fest events, there's going to be a plethora of different add-ons. These include a $15 raid add-on, which is going to give you a whole bunch of free raid passes along with some raid bonuses, as well as an Eggthusiast add-on, which is going to be all about egg hatching, and they're going to give you various bonuses related to that. And then of course, there's going to be a $20 citywide gameplay add-on, which is going to extend your gameplay bonuses and experiences by 1 day, but it's not going to be at the designated park, and instead it's going to be in the host city. So yeah, is this event actually worth you spending money on a ticket? I personally think so, although I will say that a lot of the big announcements related to these events are not going to come until way later. What they really want to do is get a lot of initial sales, and then for anyone who is hesitant on buying any of these tickets, they're gonna find the big announcements later on down the road, and that's what's going to lock in their money. That tends to be the way Niantic does these things, because when it comes to this Go Tour event, yeah, it kinda looks bare bones at the moment, even with the introduction of Shiny Meloetta. I think what they're going to do is announce really soon here that they're also going to be including the fusion forms of Kyurem into this event. They will probably hold off on that announcement until we get much closer to this Go Tour event, but I really do think that's what's going to be the main feature. The reason why I say that is because when it came to the Go Tour event of this year, they held off on announcing that Origin Form Palkia and Origin Form Dialga would be a part of that event until about 2 months before the event actually started. And then they did the same thing with the Go Fest event as well, where they held off on announcing the fusion forms of Necrozma until we were way closer to that event. And I think they're going to follow suit this time around with the introduction of both Black Kyurem and White Kyurem. I really do think those fusion forms are going to be the major selling point for this event. So if you're one of the players who are holding off on buying a ticket for the global event or either of the live in-person events, then I totally understand that, because yeah, there really isn't too much outside of the Unova Pokemon and Shiny Meloetta, but I do think the big announcements are going to definitely come later. But at the very least, there is a lot to look forward to with this event, and I am definitely looking forward to it. I really hope it ends up being a huge success. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding the Unova Go Tour event down below. Do you plan to purchase a ticket for this event, or are you going to go about it completely free to play? What I will say is that with the most recent Wild Area event, there was a stark difference between whether or not you bought a ticket and whether or not you played it free to play. There is definitely going to be a lot of value in this ticket that you are going to miss out on, but I would still like to know your opinions, because if you have a really good reason to not buy the ticket, I would definitely like to know what that is, and make sure you share it down below so that we can have a big discussion. So yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.